just received in our newspaper.
Hi, I'm Chase. What's your name?
Nicole.
Hi, nice to meet you, Nicole.
Nice to meet you.
What do you do?
I am a former paramedic.
That's crazy. It's a crazy career choice. I wouldn't have made that one.
We talked so long before you came here about like her career, and it's interesting. Like, how did you get started? Let's start from there. What made you want to be a paramedic?
So originally, I wanted to be a cop.
Oh shit!
That was my original plan, and then I went into nursing at like 17. And I really liked the medical aspect of things, right? I really found that super fascinating. But then I wanted the streets. I wanted the action of the streets. I wanted to be a cop. And then I was
what made you want to be a cop? Like, just curious. Movies? Like anything particular?
I don't know if there's any. No. I have no like police in my family. I have none of that. I was just, and everybody was always like, oh man, Nicole, you'd be such a good cop. So I ended up just like, you know. So
Nicole's hard on the law.
So I'm like, okay, I want to be a cop. Let's go. And then, so I went into nursing, dropped out of nursing, and then was like, okay, paramedic, there's my happy medium. There's the streets and there's still the medical aspect, right? So, I still fight the crackheads, but then I still...
The cop's biggest jobs. Crackhead wrangling.
Yes, 100%.
That should be the title of this. Crackhead Wrangling.
Oh my God.
2 minutes in. We got the title.
That's amazing. Oh. But, so that's how that came to be. And, I got 2 jobs. I ran out of school and started heavy into that, working for 2 services. So I was literally working nonstop for like 13 years.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And
You kept that going for 13 years?
Yeah. 2 services for 13 years. So it was like, literally like, and I loved that job.
Well, clearly you were doing it twice.
Right.
For 13 years.
Right. So all I wanted to do was work. So I just went to work and that's what I did.
How fast did you burn out?
13 years.
Wow, that's not, most people can do that for like a year.
No, honestly, I was probably burnt out like pretty early in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you still felt the love?
But I still felt the love. So I still went heavy with it for a long time. And then, it was that one thing and that was the end of that.
Yeah. I guess everyone has a point where they're just like, this ain't worth it.
Right. I always said to my parents, I'm always like, who the F told me this was a good idea? Who told me this was a good idea? Who let me do this?
So many people were probably cheering you on too.
Oh yeah. Like my family was so proud, and they were, and it's quite wild. You think like, oh, paramedics, we save people. We don't actually save that many people.
What do you mean? Do you want to elaborate more on that?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to. So in 13 years, I have 2 saves.
2 saves?
2 saves. So for a save to be considered a save, this person has to be resuscitated successfully, and then they have to walk out of that hospital and like live a normal life, right? So a lot of times, we're resuscitating, people that are, that have a million problems in one, and, to get them to walk out of the hospital after being, dead.
Yeah.
Essentially, right? So it's a very, and resuscitating, and that's super traumatic on the human body, and like it's just a very hard thing for somebody to actually get back out and live a normal life, right? So, and one of my best friends, she was a paramedic for 27 years and has 0 saves.
Ooh.
So it's, do we help a lot of people? Yes. Do we prevent, people from actually dying? Yes. There's all that too. But like, it's that whole, people think like that's what we do all day long. It's not that at all, actually. But
What was like your introduction to it? Like, what was the first day, first week like when you were first a paramedic?
oh my God. So I was what they called a black cloud. And I was kind of like nobody wanted to work with me because I would get the shittiest calls. I would get the shittiest shit. Like all the like crazy calls. Somehow I was always getting them. I was always getting them. I'm like, can I just pick up like Granny that fell on the floor? Like, can I just do that for like 5 days in a row? Nope. So, I did a lot of pretty gruesome stuff in the very beginning. Like a lot of like extreme traumas, that head blown off, all that stuff. All that.
You
That's
gotta
a
say
bad start.
No.
fun stuff.
She said this story. I want you to tell that story to him. What you said to us.
Yeah. So that story. So this is wild. I was a student, and this is how my crew that I like worked with. Right. They're like, kid, I think you found your calling. Because we did a guy that blew his head off, and we had got there. It was super fresh. Stuff's dripping from the ceiling still, and we finally get back to base and I'm just mucking my lasagna because I'm so hungry. And my coworker's like, does that look familiar? And I was like, you fucking asshole.
Why would you ruin my lunch?
I said, I don't care. I am so hungry. And I kept eating it. And they were like, kid, you got this. Yeah.
Especially, was that like near the beginning? Like that?
I was in the beer, yeah. Yeah, that was
like how long would you say you were being a paramedic for before that happened?
So that happened when I was a student.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
God damn.
So it was, I'm telling you, like it started right when I was a student.
Mm-hmm.
Some crazy shit. And then it just followed me for a long time. But it's I've done some
What were most of your calls as a paramedic?
So
I know it varies.
A lot of like chest pain calls, right? We live in like, cardiac problems central. There's a lot of heart disease, a lot of diabetics in the city. Things like that, like low blood sugar, high blood sugar, your heart attacks, your strokes. Strokes are another huge one. So there's all those probably take up most of it. There's a lot of even things called like lift assist, where we just have to help people up off the ground. They can't get up, grandma, or like, 700-pound Tony can't get up, and those, those take like sometimes 2 trucks. Like if we have to lift somebody that's in that weight range, like that's going to take
some help. Yeah.
We need some help, right?
Yeah.
So that, that takes 2 trucks off the road away from, things that say if, something bad was happening next door to just a simple, call that, is not so serious. We actually can't leave that call
until you're done.
And, they'd have to send somebody else,
right,
kind of thing. So, but a lot of lifts. Yeah, definitely. Definitely got to watch your back in that job. That's for sure. A lot of lifting.
Right.
A lot. And the equipment.
And I like
insane heavy.
You were saying about like the truck thing too, like of like, you have now they're not on the road because now they're dealing with like this one problem.
Right.
He brought that up, and like my good buddy I was telling you about, that's a paramedic. He was saying he's a paramedic in like Chatham, like around there, and he was talking about one time that he was assisting with helping out with Windsor because they weren't getting as many calls. But he said like he asked the person like, how long have you been waiting for an ambulance? When he finally got to Windsor, they were waiting like almost 2 hours for an ambulance.
Yeah,
that's a long
time.
That's a long wait.
And so how calls get screened and stuff is, you know, just kind of how the person explains their symptoms and whatever to the dispatcher, right? And the dispatcher kind of, you know,
filters them from priority.
Exactly, right? So, you know, a lot of people, like for me, I downplay a lot of my symptoms. If I'm sick, I downplay a lot of things, you know, so people could be waiting 2 hours and, you know, be actually having a stroke and, you know, they didn't
even realize.
Yeah, they didn't, you know, say, you know, those key words to trigger a fast response truck, so they get put on the, you know, it's called a code 3. So code 3 is like your less serious, your no lights and sirens kind of calls, and you know, so that's how they think it. But yeah, like neighboring cities will have to help each other out. So I worked for Chatham County as well, and yeah, because we cross borders, right? Our border, I think, is around like I don't even know, like Comber, like right around there. Yeah. So sometimes they'll have to, you know, we'll take their Tilbury truck or something to come in and help us in the county, and it's crazy. There's not enough funding to get the amount of trucks on the road. It's sad, actually. It's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, it is. Just because like only recently, like I remember my grandfather needed one, and he waited like an hour, and so it's like I don't know. It's obviously
it's hard.
It's hard, yeah.
You know, and something like that, like you know, an elderly person that is laying on the floor for hours waiting for an ambulance. That can be like, you know, that is a rock hard floor, a brittle person to be laying there for hours, you know, that can actually be detrimental. So it's today's day and age, it just blows my mind how we do not have the funding.
Yeah. Right.
What are you spending money on? More important than keeping people alive, bro.
What
like,
are we spending the money on?
It should be the bare minimum. Is like the healthcare system should be taken care of.
Absolutely.
Especially in Canada, though.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're a country that sits on like, oh, we have free healthcare, which most countries do, except, you know, our neighbors.
Yeah.
But it's like the fact that you're right though, like you're a first world fucking country,
yeah.
And the fact that you can't even help your own people. That's what always blows my mind.
Where's all that pot money going, bro?
That's what always blows my mind.
But you got $42 billion last year, some marijuana sales, and not one of it went to healthcare.
Yeah. Not
like
an ounce.
fucking what the fuck? It's so ass backwards. It is so ass backwards. But yeah, that it's sad because I would always think like, you know, what if that was my dad?
I think that's what a lot of people think.
And that's what would like get me, right? Like, and that's where I get, you know, frustrated with, you know, the government and, you know, all that shit. I just, it makes my blood pressure go up.
No, you don't gotta tell us. we complain about the government.
We complain about it pretty often, actually.
Oh my god!
But it's like
I feel like most people do.
Which
is crazy because nothing ever changes. It's wild.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
No, they got all the power. What are you gonna do? You can bitch, complain, until
all
you're
day.
blue in the face. And
yeah, we do it for like a hobby.
Talk about how bad war is, but then you know, fund the shit out of it. But that's
right?
It's a total separate thing. But no, right? You send billions. Like I don't know how much Canada sent now, but I remember when me and you talked about when they sent like a billion, just a 1.2 bill or whatever. Yeah. We're like, that could go anywhere else. That could go anywhere else. That could fix, like, first of all, you could fix the homeless situation just in Windsor alone, because it's at a point where it's not. It's not a point where it's like you could kind of fix it, but once you get to like what do they call that in L.A. Why can't I think of the
Skid Row?
Skid Row, yeah. Fucking once it gets to Skid Row, where you have like literally people just tented up everywhere.
Tent city.
Drugged. It's like, that's hard.
Yeah.
Now you can't do that.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense either because we've talked about that so much, bro. It's like these people who run that shit too.
Mm-hmm.
How do you have a fucking $250,000 a year salary? You're
Get
shit
those
at your job.
bonuses, bro.
You're shit at your fucking job.
Still on the street.
People are still homeless. Like,
No,
what are you doing?
That is the only profession I know where it could be worse every year and somehow you're good, man.
Thank
doing
God
the same
you're
shit,
you're
man.
there doing that.
Yeah.
They're driving their fucking Maserati. And
Yeah. No, we care about the homeless
Well,
situation.
they organize the bus routes for the homeless to go up to London and then
Yeah.
theirs to come here.
Yeah. They move homeless around too all the time. Yeah, that's a fucking fun one. But
oh yeah. I had a couple of patients that would talk to me about, because I would ask them like, why don't you get help? Like somebody that was like severely addicted to drugs, and I was like, why don't you get help? Why don't you? He's like, there's no help here.
there is none. No.
He's like, there's no help here. He's like,
Right.
I can't afford to go to Ottawa, where, he talked about this whole center up there that he wanted to go to. And he's like, I can't get there. And I'm like, that's fucking tragic. Like,
Yeah.
he wants help. He can't fucking get it. Like,
I believe a lot of them want help. I think that we don't give the resources.
there's no resources.
No.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I mentioned this before, so I apologize for being a dead horse. But like, this guy made a video. I don't know the gentleman's name, but he made a video of him going to the safe injection sites, getting everything, and then at the end of it, he asked them. He goes, "Where can I go to get help now?" And no one would answer him. No one would give him like an answer. Like everyone just stood there and looked at him. He goes, "Well, what, if I want help, if I want to like cure my addiction, where do I go?" And not one person gave him an answer. It's insane. It's just like it's very, I don't know. It's very disheartening, man. It really is disheartening.
is.
Especially like I watched. I always abuse this documentary, the Pharmacist. It's on Netflix.
Ooh.
It's like first of all, it's this fucking pharmacist that ends up solving his own son's murder because his son ends up getting murdered for his son gets murdered in a drug deal. Solves his son's murder.
Wow.
And then goes back to work and realizes like all these people are getting like opioid crisis.
Right.
And it's like, bro, it's a documentary I could not suggest any more than realizing.
I want to go watch that.
You should watch it. And not to mention that the Sackler family, who was the cause of the opioid crisis, they just recently allegedly, yeah, sure. They just recently
don't sue me. I don't know.
Yeah. They recently just paid $6 billion to not be. You can't try them for the opioid crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't take them to court. Nothing. They paid $6 billion to get themselves out of it. Billion.
Well, it was approved by the FDA.
Well, it's approved by the
And the doctors prescribed
and
it. They just happen to be paying the doctors for prescribing it. That's all.
And now it's not. It's they don't need it from the fucking doctors.
No.
They're getting it from like
just people in general,
the
man.
fucking
Like people.
the what's the like the black market. Like,
Yeah, black market. Yeah.
They're getting and that shit. They're getting like so much of it, pressing it into perks. And it's just being made right here in our own city. And like I remember, when I was a student, me going home and telling my mom and saying like, "Mom, like if I would have known what was going on a street over from downtown where I used to party when I was younger, I would have never gone downtown. Never. Not fucking ever. I was like literally like shell shocked doing like, seeing what is actually going on in the streets of Windsor. Like it's wild.
Yeah,
aren't people great? Aren't people the best? We just do the best things, especially when we're all grouped together.
Yeah.
And like a lot of us are low income. We just group together and we're like, let's fucking improve our lives with heroin and fentanyl.
Yeah.
Well, it releases the happy hormone. These people are just trying to be happy. They just want to feel happy again.
But you had a lot of like refusals.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a few. I'm going to tell one I've probably told on the podcast before. So I work at a fast food restaurant. lady ODs in the bathroom. We call an ambulance. They Narcan her. They bring her back. They have her in the back of the ambulance for a bit. And then she goes, I don't want to go. And they, they have to just let her go.
Yep. Yep.
And I was like, that's crazy. Haven't seen them walk away like that.
Yeah, because they're going to go do it again.
Oh, okay. So about 35 minutes later, she walked back in, tried to order pancakes, and then was like, can I use your bathroom?
Yeah.
And we're like, no.
Yep.
You have to leave.
She's pissed because you
ruined her high.
You just ruined her high.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
You were dead, ma'am. We watched you be dead.
And she's like, well, fuck you. That was my high. And
yeah.
And now they're pissed.
They're pissed.
They're
and that
pissed
they are
it.
pissed because they worked all day to get that.
Yeah.
And now you just
brought them back. And
negated their high.
It's very interesting because my workout partner is a correctional officer for Southwest. And he's been there for
a tough job.
Yeah, he's been there for a couple years. And I remember one time I was like, how often do you have to use Narcan in he goes 5 times a month. He goes without a beat. 5 times a month I have to use it.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, man.
And the amount of
and
drugs
he goes every
that
time they're
gets
pissed.
into prison is insane.
Yeah, it is insane.
It's like, how does this happen?
Money speaks volume for a lot
Yes,
of people.
Yeah, you're right. You're
That's
so right.
simple as that. It's like money speak like you're a fucking facility, dog. Someone's bringing it in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are people walking up to the windows like, hey, guys, you want to buy some?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, going up to the fence. Everybody wants a pen.
Yeah. But that's what's interesting to me because I was like, well, what do you do? Because especially that gentleman in particular is dealing with people in segregation. So he gets shit and piss flung at him, like he has and especially when you bring them back, they're so mad, and he goes so mad. I remember one time he said, I just saved your life, and the guy goes, I don't give a fuck. He goes, you should have let me die, and then was just fucking and he, because especially it's just interesting to listen to that. And I remember one time, another thing I asked him, it was when we first started working out together. I said, what's the craziest thing you've ever had? And he goes, took him a minute. He goes, recently, he goes, I was, you have to open their, you don't have to necessarily read their letters. You just have to make sure that there's no contraband in it. Mm-hmm. So he goes up to the guy. He goes, do I have mail, boss? And he goes, hold on. And as he opens his letter up for him, the guy reaches over the desk and grabs it. And as he's running away from the correctional officer, he's eating it.
Swallowed it.
Because there was fentanyl on it.
Yeah.
So he was purpose. And then when the guy actually ended up, my buddy ripped it out of his mouth and was like, the guy was like, I'm trying to die because I can't serve this sentence. I don't want to serve this sentence. So let me just die.
They have nothing to lose. Some of them, they're at that point where they just have nothing to lose. Yeah. And I was always so morbid, but I was always like, why do they take their shoelaces? When I was younger, and some of my friends, kind of got into the thing. I'm like, where's your shoelaces? And now I know why they take their shoelaces. But it still happens. Right?
Yeah. All the time. It's just people don't think about that.
No.
But when you're dealing with people at their lowest, it's something you have to be aware of.
It was actually insane too because that correctional officer. So he goes, I just work out right at Fit for Less. Okay. It's a pretty busy gym. It's easily the busiest gym in Windsor. Mm-hmm. And he would be like that guy. He used to call them customers. He goes, that guy was a customer. That guy was a customer. That guy was. And he goes, and I was like, really? What are most of these guys? He goes, either domestic violence or drugs. And he said, you would actually have no idea the amount of people that come in for drug possession. He goes, you would actually because I think you'd be fucking mind boggled, about how much people actually come in for drug use. And then
drug use, drug possession, that goes hand in hand with domestic violence.
Yeah, usually,
it's just they're fucking cracked out of their minds. They're out of drugs. They start fighting. It's the same shit. I can't tell you the amount of calls.
I was gonna ask you that too.
Like that, I remember. Oh, I did this guy. They were all. I want to say it was a coke thing, something with cocaine, or I want to say it was that. And anyways, they were all coming down. They were all pissed and whatever. And this guy chucks, you know those A&W mugs, those big,
Yeah.
thick
Oh, the thick glass ones? Yeah.
Yeah, whipped it at this chick's face, and like her lip split from the bottom of her nose through her whole lip. So she had like two like separate like lips, and then her tooth just in her hand.
Right.
And I was like, oh my Lord.
Looking like the Predator.
Fucking for real.
Yeah.
I couldn't look at her. I couldn't look at that cut. I was like,
I'm keeping eye contact and not looking any lower than that.
I like it's like one of those, it's like a train wreck. Like you don't want to look, but you're looking and you're like, stop looking. And like, oh man, that was gnarly. That was gnarly.
What happens if you get there before cops and in that situation?
A lot of times, like, you know, it depends how hostile it is and how comfortable you are dealing with, you know, situations like that. For me, I was in there like a dirty shirt. Probably when I look back now, like, probably should have just, you know, not did that. Like, who cares? Wait and let the cops come. Like, but you know, there's certain situations where if, you know, I remember this older man that we Narcaned and woke him up, and he was pissed, and he pushed his wife down. And then I was like, okay, like, you know, we were calling for cops. The cops are so busy. They had no one to send. Throw him in his chair, tell him to sit down, like, stay there, like, you know. And because we're waiting for cops. And we're waiting and waiting. And this guy is so agitated, right? He is furious. This, like, 100-pound, 65-year-old man, like, just going ape shit. And my partner's like, just leave him. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, okay, all right, let's leave him. So we leave him. And then he grabs his like 90-year-old mother and threw her into a coffee table.
Jesus.
And I grabbed a hold of him and put him in his place.
Yeah.
And we held him down and we're like, you're done.
Yeah.
Like, you're done. We're gonna fucking sit on you until, because, you know, when you start harming other people, you know, that's when, like, I will get in there, like, no problem. Like, as we're, you know, some paramedics aren't comfortable doing that, and they'll just, like, you know, just wait for the cops to come. But, like, you know, we gave this guy chances, and, you know, that was to the point where I was like, listen, this guy's 100 pounds soaking wet. Throw him on the ground, sit on him. That's it. Wait for the cops to come. Like, you know, it was an easy fix, but two women got thrown around, and like, that's, you know, that's when I have a problem with that. So, but yeah, it's, you know, depending on the situation, you know, there's situations where me and my partner have looked at each other and we're like, run. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this guy with, you know, a mental health disorder, and his mother called because she wasn't feeling good, and he was off his meds, and, you know, like, when we went to go pick her up, he was like, you know, you're not going to take her, and she was telling us that he is afraid that I'm not going to come back. So he doesn't want you to take me. So then this big buddy, grabs a knife. And then the mother was like, run. I fucking ran out of there.
Yeah.
Bat out of hell, man. Got out of there real quick. So got into the truck, locked the ambulance, kind of drove away from the area and waited for the cops to come. But
That's a good call.
that was a good call. That was one that, you know, this guy was like 6 like he had to be like 6'5". I remember just looking up and being like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna run.
That the gentleman that threw his mom in that coffee table, like in that situation, what happened? Like, I mean, in the sense of, how do you guys write that up after? Like in the sense, like, because if you're
So
now pushing this guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're allowed to restrain.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah. You know, there has to be like, you know, a reason. You have to have a legitimate, you know, you can't just go throwing people around because they called you an asshole. You know, there has to be like something like actually legit that, you know, you need to restrain them. And, you know, we can actually.
Are you guys trained for that?
They did a little bit of training with us for that. A lot of ways to like kind of get out of situations, get out of holds, things like that. But yeah, and I we never did this, but like I never did it in my career, but we can like tie them down to the stretcher with like a
straps,
like a gauze thing. Yeah. And you know, like I said, usually like our police, they are so good and they work so well with us, but a lot of times they're so busy they can't even send them. When that was like towards the end of my career, that was happening a lot, and I thought like this is insane. Like we're calling for help because we need help. We're in trouble and we can't even fucking get it.
Right.
Like crazy.
Yeah. So do you think it's a good thing now that high school graduates can just go become cops without going to college or anything?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be some life experience.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it.
I think getting out of college, first of all, when I was in nursing, I have a late birthday, and I went into nursing at 17 years old in college. I'm like, I don't belong here. I am a child still. Like I'm not ready for that. Like you don't, you know, there has to be some kind of life experience before you get into a job like that.
Yeah.
Where there is so much power and, you know, you have to.
There's other people's lives in your hands.
Yeah.
They're your responsibility.
Yeah, there's common sense. There's book smarts. There's like, you know, there's a lot of things that like I think, you know, truly need to be a part of the process. But like we don't like nobody wants to be a cop anymore.
Right.
Nobody wants to do that shit anymore.
I just don't think the best option is letting these kids right out of high school go and be a
hell
cop.
Hell no. But we have no fucking choice.
Yeah. It's just interesting to me. I don't know. Like just like especially when they first announced that.
Yeah.
And I was like, poof, there's gonna be some power trippers.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like, oh yeah, look at me.
People who peaked in fucking high school and then fucking go to be a cop. You know what I mean? Like that's exactly what's gonna fucking
people
happen.
who didn't peak in high school and now have the power over other people. That's gonna be bad.
That's
gonna
be bad.
Look at me now.
Yeah.
I got a gun. Now what?
Who would have thought? Who would have thought that'd be a bad idea?
Yeah.
What could go wrong there?
I forget there's a guy that does like where the body cam footage is where he'll it's like I forget what you would call it, but he is a cop himself and he
donut operator. That's the guy. I guarantee.
love that guy.
He's fucking sick. I love that
where
guy.
he breaks it down, where he's like, "This is the good thing that the cop did," and he goes, "This is not. You shouldn't have done this. Like this is."
Is that donut operator?
I think
he have a real thick mustache.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's great. I love that guy.
I've only seen like a few like clips here and there where he's like explaining shit, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think the best thing they ever did was give like they have to wear the body cams. I think when they started that, I think that was a good idea. What, you seem like you pushed back on that. Why do you think that?
I think that, you know, people are afraid to get in trouble, right? Everything's being recorded. Everybody's got phones. You're constantly being, you know, under this radar that you're afraid to get in trouble. Well, I think that's putting, you know, having those body cams is, you know, holding a lot of excuse me, holding a lot of things back where, like, you know, maybe some force should have been used in that situation, but somebody was nervous to get in trouble and they don't do it. And then, you know, things escalate and escalate and escalate. And, you know, like, you know, for me in that situation, when I threw that guy down, and his mother, or sorry, his wife, I went up to her and apologized to her. You know, I said, I apologize that looked so rough. I said, but, you know, for your safety, like, and she goes, no. She goes, thank you. Like, she was overly thanking me. And at that point, I thought, yeah, like, I'm going to get in shit. I'm going to get in trouble. You know, like, but, you know, I just, in that situation, like, had I been wearing something, would I have, you know, held this guy down and, you know, stopped him from throwing women around because he was in a absolute rage? Probably. Because I don't want to lose my job.
You think it puts a lot of fear in a lot of people?
I
then
do.
is what you think?
Yeah, I do.
I think who was the other person that we had on that said that? I think it was Adam, wasn't it?
Probably, yeah.
I think it was Adam.
Yeah.
Adam said like the fact that you're being monitored, like he said like the brotherhood aspect, like
Yeah,
that where
that
it's like you're all one.
Yes.
He was saying that.
Yeah, and you have that with each other where you're supposed to have each other's back. You're supposed to, like, if I do this, you're gonna have my back. You're gonna, you know, like, you're gonna, if we go down together, kind of thing. And I think that gets completely trashed by body cams and stuff like that.
You think so?
Being monitored and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But at the same time, you know, they needed to do something.
Yeah,
They needed to do something.
No, because there was a yeah.
There are downsides, obviously.
Yeah.
But I feel like the positives that will come out of it, just for like civilian safety in some aspects, kind of evens out a bit.
Yeah, because there's always
guys planting evidence. There's guys shooting people just because they, you know, feel threatened by a dog. It's just they needed to do something.
Yes,
yeah.
I do agree with you.
Yeah.
I do. I absolutely do agree. Something had to be done. Something.
And, you know, putting cameras on the front of their chests, you know, probably a good option.
And you know what? And it's like, you know, my preceptors and, like, you know, everybody that taught me and stuff, you know, they're like, paperwork will set you free. Like, your paperwork, your documentation about the situation, all that shit will set you free. Well, videos are your documents. There's your documents, right?
That video's not going to lie about the situation.
That video's not going to lie, right? Yeah. And a lot of times that will get them out of, you know, a situation where they, you know, they did the right thing, and it's
someone made a report saying something happened, and then you show the body cam that proves that it didn't.
Exactly.
That could save your career.
Exactly. Right. Yes.
It works both sides, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
It works both ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know, man. We gotta hold certain people, like, especially when it comes to, like, I don't know, being the cop thing. It's like you have authority over people. It's it gets iffy just because they're so, like, you know, you never see a video of a cop doing a good job, like, unless it's from that fucking donut guy.
They're never.
It's always the ones that are like amplified are the bad ones, which, like, obviously they should be held, you know, accountable for their actions.
Absolutely, but praise for the good work they do.
Right. Especially, like, you know, we've always said, I'm like, I believe that there is, like, cops out there that do follow their job to a T. Like, they're not, like, abusing power. I believe that.
There are definitely more of them.
Right.
They're the ones that make national news.
It's just the ones that get amplified. They're the ones, and then that's why you have, like, the whole rising of, like, defunding police and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't necessarily think we should defund them. I think there should be more training. I agreed with him. The one point that he always made was, like, how about we stop giving them, like, military vehicles and, like, fucking ARs? Like, let's just get them better training of, like handling situations that you're in.
Like, talk therapy. Like,
right.
You can talk yourself out of a lot of situations. Like, if, you know, sometimes these people just want to be treated like a fucking human. They just want to be
and
treated like
you're
a
not.
human.
That's the
And
thing.
they're
You're not. Yeah.
And then that's what amplifies certain things. And, that's what I loved about, doing my job and, dealing with, a lot of those situations was like, I would get on these people's level and treat them like a fucking human. And the response that I would get back was like,
They're usually shocked. They're like, "Oh my god, what? You're
And-
treating me like a person?"
and you actually feel like you're helping them, like your mental health, your drug addicts, stuff like people like that, like just talk to them like a fucking human. And honestly, the response that you'll get back is going to be so much more than being this like authority, like in their face, like just unnecessary, like cruelness almost,
Especially when like the cop thing, like you were saying, I would imagine now, like how there's so much hatred for police. It's like, bro, you're probably in like a more heightened state than ever. Like if you pull somebody over, like you don't know what they're fucking. First of all, you don't know if like who's in that car.
You have no idea.
Yeah,
you have no idea.
there's like a lot of factors in there, and especially like you don't know how this guy's gonna react to you pulling him over or like everyone being a dick, stuff like that. Not to mention, like I think as a cop you deal with various different situations. Like not that long ago we talked about that dude downtown McDonald's that had a machete, and like
that's terrifying.
you could have pulled somebody over in the beginning of your shift, and now like for I don't know a fucking speeding ticket, but now you're dealing with that. Like those are two different fucking
And that's the thing, like, and that's where like when I tell my parents, like, who the fuck told me that was a good idea, being a paramedic, like, because you are in this constant state of like, what if you're waiting for the next bad thing to happen constantly. Like, I remember, just sitting in bases, like just like waiting for the tones to go off. Like it's constant adrenaline. Like I don't think that's healthy for humans to be like
riding at a
constant,
fucking
riding
like
absolutely,
that RPM high, just fucking revving the shit out of it. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
And I think and we and paramedics, we ended up having to change our uniforms because we were being mistaken for cops way too much, and we were getting a lot of into dangerous situations because they thought we were cops, and I feel bad that cops, I mean, like you said, they don't know what they're walking into. They have no idea. Like, look at that thing that happened on Highway 3 when they pulled that guy over for speeding, and he had a carload of firearms, and the paramedic was actually one of the first ones to walk up to the car. Like, if I don't even know what I'd do. I would probably freeze.
Right. Yeah.
And just be like, like you never know. Like I've just seen so many situations be like this calm, normal, what you think is going to be a normal call, and it ends up, being the complete opposite. And it's like, that's why you're always on guard, like 24/7, constant adrenaline.
It's like for a lot, like all first responders, really.
All
it's
first
always like that.
responders,
There's always
yeah.
like just those drastic, like, as a paramedic, like it could be just helping grandma that fell, but then it could be like, holy
Her
fuck,
psycho son
yeah.
in the room, like,
yeah,
man, I remember, oh my god, this one time over on a bad part of the street where like this guy that we deal with often, who's generally very nice, like severely, severe mental health, severe drug addiction, very nice to us though, very kind to us. We get called for whatever reason. I forget what the actual call was for, but he, as we're talking to him, he passed out and smashed his face off the table, knocked himself out. Well, he woke up, touches his head's bleeding, and he looks at us, thought we knocked him out, and he come at us, and he had an axe in the corner, right behind the door. So like, and my partner had already scoped that out. So they were already, and I mean, he was a vet and he's an incredible paramedic. So he had already had an escape plan, and like, we were out of there in a heartbeat. But you just, that nice guy that's never turned on us just literally thought we knocked him out.
Yeah.
And came at us. Like,
Right.
Could you imagine like getting attacked with an axe? Like,
Yeah.
I've had 2 knives pulled on me, and they were not like a machete, but like, can you imagine an axe? Like, oh,
Yeah, it's
Not a great way to go.
not a great way to go. This man's chasing you and stuff. And are you guys trained for that too, by the way? Like, are you trained to like have exit strategies like that?
oh yeah.
Like you're always like
Oh,
scoping
yeah.
out like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Like I definitely was constantly like on guard, especially working downtown. I think working in that area kind of made me that way. But I've also seen some sketchy, scary shit in the county too. So it's really, this stuff happens everywhere.
Yeah.
It really does. Like, it's everywhere. It's
Right.
in places like, in neighborhoods that, you roll up and you'd never think that that's what's going on in that house. Like, a meth lab in like Russell Woods, like,
Weird spot. Weird
Right.
spot for it. How they afford that? Oh, the math. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It never ceases to amaze me. Just other people. Just people in general.
I know.
Yeah.
It's scary. The public scares me. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Anyone could be out there.
It's anyone can be out there, especially like with the like where your previous job and stuff, like
Yeah.
of you being in that field, like you see a lot of them. Like the average person just goes to work, comes home, does their hobbies, and
Yeah.
then that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
it. It's like people with your job, like we talked about that before we started, that nurse that worked in the infant care unit.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that, those jobs are always like what, like I always want to talk to those people, because it's like, the fuck do you see every day? Because I just paint shit every day. Like that's my job, and then I come and talk to him. Like that's it. That's most of what I do for a living.
That's
So when you have
fucking
someone,
sick.
Yeah.
I wish.
So when you have someone come on here and explain that, like explain your job and like what you were going through every day, especially for 13 years, like you know what I mean, of running on that fucking, go. It's like that's got to be exhausting, because like I told you about my buddy that was a paramedic, where it was
Yeah.
like after fucking a couple months he was like, oh bro, I'm having a hard time sleeping now. Like that's not good. That's not good.
I know. And
Yeah.
it's, like my other buddy, he's like, approaches me. He's like, listen, my buddy's a paramedic. I'm not going to tell you his name, but he never used to drink. He's drinking all the time. He gets home from work. He's drinking and drinking and drinking. I'm like, yeah, because he's literally like escaping a mental health issue. Like,
Yeah.
essentially that's, I think, when people are leaning on those kind of coping mechanisms, you're escaping something that's going on, which is super sad, and which is a huge problem that I definitely think we need to do better on with helping first responders and nurses, correctional officers.
Yeah.
Like corrections, that's the number one job for PTSD.
Yeah.
Like they take the number one spot. Like, and people don't realize what they do on a daily basis. You know,
Especially, it's also not like I would say like, yeah, it's filmed like in the security sense, but it's like not filmed like actively. Like if you were to go to a site, people are standing around you, everyone has a phone on them.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like it's not amplified like that.
Right.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when you were a paramedic, was it talked about a lot, like mental health and PTSD among the paramedics?
I not until like later in my career. So I was done 4 years ago. So it wasn't until like my late career that, you know, I started to hear about mental health and, you know, things like that. And, you know, there were, you know, a few medics that, you know, ended up being done, and nobody ever knew where they went, what happened to them, you know, and it was just never really,
Right.
It wasn't really.
Was it just talked about, or did they have like stuff lined up for you guys?
Well, they give you a phone number.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Here, talk to somebody.
Yeah, just
if you're
Yeah,
feeling
they give
down.
me a phone number. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that's not. You guys have a little more stress than construction workers.
Yeah, like,
You know, I feel like
yeah.
they should do more than here's a helpline.
Well, that's like it's sad. It's sad that that's all the help that they really give. I mean, I don't know if things have changed, you know, now to this day with anything like that. I know that, you know, when I had my accident and when I went off, you know, it wasn't the support that I got from that employer was pathetic. Was absolutely pathetic. Like, it's a shame, like an absolute shame. But you know, they had a support group of paramedics, and so when that accident happened, a couple days they called me and asked me how I was doing, and that was it.
That's it. That's the only call you got.
That's it.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. And here I am 4 years later with PTSD that I've been diagnosed that I'll have for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. And I got a fucking phone call from my employer asking if I was okay.
Yeah. Especially like all the time and effort that you put in, like as like a first responder and a paramedic and helping people. It's like that, the fact that that's the only thing, like, like I hope the people that are listening to this should boggle their mind. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. And I hope, you know, that anybody that does struggle, you know, does advocate for themselves, because you have to, because there's no, you know, there's no good resources that are going to push you to go that extra step, to go, you know, you gotta, you know, put yourself first and take care of yourself and, you know, advocate for yourself and go to your, you know, therapy appointments. Go, you don't have to have mental health to go to therapy. Go to therapy because it's fucking healthy. Like, it's healthy. It's a super healthy thing. But, you know, for first responders especially, like, that should be almost, I don't even know. I don't want to say mandatory, but like,
Should be encouraged a lot.
super encouraged, you know, and especially we were talking about earlier about the men thing, you know, how men and mental health it's heartbreaking to me, because men are supposed to be the men. They're supposed to, you know, you're man up, you know, men don't cry, that kind of thing. And, you know, that's extremely sad. Like, you know, men are humans just like anybody else. And I feel like they suffer in silence, like, huge, which is super sad. Like, you know, but I hope that, you know, they do encourage people a lot more than, you know, just a phone call saying, hey, how you doing?
I think it's better now, especially amongst like younger generations and stuff. Like, I think they promote it a lot more.
Yes.
Especially
yeah,
like
I see it a
yeah,
lot more, right?
There's a lot of people too that promote that it's like a sponsor for a lot of podcasts. It'd be BetterHelp, that's right. Yeah. And where it's like you could just you could
It's online
it's
therapy.
online. It's like a message, like
Oh,
you can
yes.
message them, you could
That
call
sounds
them.
familiar.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
stuff like that, which, like, you know, I think that's a good, like, definitely a good start. Like, you know,
Yeah.
at least you could, at least now you have the ability to access something, especially not leaving your house, especially
Right.
for the amount of for a lot of people who aren't leaving their home and stuff
Right,
like that. Yeah.
Right, because that's another, like just leaving your home to go to an appointment. I
Right.
would get insane anxiety over going to an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I wouldn't know why. And I was just like, why does this happen? Like, why? Like, my appointments are good. They're good appointments. Like, they're helping me. But I would get massive anxiety just leaving to go to this freaking appointment. So the fact that they do have something like that is super cool.
Right.
Yeah.
It's even like you were saying about the men thing earlier, where I'm gonna kind of like where they won't go get something checked out because they're scared of like the result of it. I don't know if you ever heard that. Like a lot of men will do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Where it's like I won't get this thing checked out for X amount of time.
They don't want to know.
And they don't because they're scared of the answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's always.
Yeah.
That's like.
You want to tell her your story?
I don't know. Yeah, okay. So this one day I started pissing blood. So I was like, oh, that's not good. So about 7 months later, I went to get it checked out because it continued to happen.
For 7 months.
Yeah, for 7 months.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and then turned out it was just stress.
Really?
That's what the doctor diagnosed it.
Yeah. And then he told me that and it never happened again. Yep.
Okay.
Listen, I didn't know what to say.
Dog, she's like, all right.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that.
Me neither.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But then it just never happened again. So
Well, maybe he was right.
maybe.
Maybe just going there relieved all your stress.
Well, he shoved a camera in there, so he checked it out pretty good.
Okay. Well, maybe that, maybe you had something stuck in there.
He didn't see nothing. He said he didn't see nothing. I watched it on the feed because he didn't
Oh
take it away from my face.
God.
You didn't take it away from my face.
It was like it wasn't. It was so close. I couldn't like look away.
Yeah.
He's like, you're gonna watch this.
Here's your prostate. And I was like, okay, keep going. Just wait us to go there.
When does it stop?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's wild.
I haven't been in the hospital since except to visit Rain.
Yeah. But yeah, that's I think again.
And that was the day I vowed never to get checked out.
Yeah, there it is. That's
Ever
what I was
again.
waiting for.
No.
And that's why I think some people are like some people are just scared, not like even through that reasoning alone, but it's like just people in general are scared to face what's actually coming to them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you don't want.
absolutely.
I thought I was dying. I was like, this is it. This has to be bad.
Yeah.
I was dying and I refused to go for like a month.
People just don't like it, man. They could.
I don't want to know.
I just
It's
know from my
fear.
dad.
Yeah.
It's fear.
Yeah.
I had a panic attack for the first time in my life. And I didn't know I was having a panic attack. I've never had one before, right? So in that moment, I literally thought I was going to die. I didn't know how. I didn't know how I was going to die. But in
thought
my
for sure
head,
this was it.
I thought
Yeah.
this was it. I was like, and I ain't even going to call 911 because they're not going to do shit. I was like-
that's not your only mindset though. There's a lot of people that have that where they're like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call. What's the point?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna die. Like they're not
Yeah.
they're just gonna see my hairy legs and like I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
I just and it was like my mom, that came over and kind of talked me out of it and was like, looked up like this thing called impending doom where it's like this you think you are going to die in that moment.
Yeah.
And it's a symptom of a panic attack. And I was like, and after she read that to me, like all of a sudden it just dissipated. And I was like, I was exhausted. And then I was like, how long did that last? Because I feel like it was an eternity. And then I was like, I never want to experience that again. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. That was one of the scariest things. Like, PTSD, everything else combined, that panic attack was the scariest thing to this day that I've experienced.
Right. That's especially when you don't know, especially when you had no idea what it was. You're like, what the fuck is happening?
Right.
Yeah.
And you would think that, like, being a paramedic, I would know.
Yeah.
Right? I've seen people go through these, right? But
Can you pull the mic a little closer?
It's
Oh, yeah,
different.
yeah.
It's different when it's happening to you.
it's different when it's happening to you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
You're not putting the pieces together, your symptoms. You're just like, this is it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Bro,
exactly.
dude, I've had like a little pain in my chest. I'm like, this is it. Finally, this is it right here.
Here's my end.
Here's my end. This is how I
Wednesday
go.
at work.
Laying in bed on a fucking Wednesday. And I'm like, I guess this is how I go out. That's how you take it to the chin until
Yeah.
you leave. But yeah, honestly, most panic is like when I've had like shit with my dad where it's like I need to where he's like I need to go to the hospital and you're like, oh fuck, especially when it's like another loved one.
Right.
When it's like, oh shit, like like I don't even know what it is. It's like it's almost like a thing switches in your brain to like, okay, now we gotta go, and it's like you're not even
Yeah.
remembering what you're doing because I
No.
couldn't tell you the things I've done.
You go
I just
on
remember,
autopilot.
yeah, you just like grab a bag, you start filling shit, and then you're just rushing this guy to the hospital,
Yeah.
and it's like
Yeah.
stuff like that. Especially when it was always like family members.
Yeah.
It's like I don't even know what it is. It's like you go into like a fog almost.
It's like survival mode.
Yeah.
Almost, you know.
Fight or
It
flight.
is.
The fight or flight. Yeah.
Right.
Fight, flight, or freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
It's even like almost compared to like UFC fighters where like I just watched UFC this past weekend and you watching these dudes go to battle for like 25 minutes and you're like, how in the fuck do you have the endurance? But it's like they're in there
They
literally
train for
just
that.
swinging at each
Oh,
other,
yeah.
just swinging, going for fucking 5-minute rounds. And you're like, holy fuck, you're sitting there watching these guys and it's
And
like
they stop hockey fights after like 30 seconds.
after 30
Like, come
seconds.
on,
Yeah.
man.
And they're gassed. Like you see these hockey players like, oh my
Oh,
god.
okay.
Thank God I'm done. Like these two gentlemen.
What took you so long to break that up?
Yeah. And then the fucking two guys that are fighting just both standing at the end of the ring, face swollen, just fucking rough, just looking rough
Yeah.
in the face. But it's usually like a lot of those guys too, they don't feel the pain till after.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like it's always after. It's like,
Oh.
oh yeah, now I don't.
Because straight adrenaline, right?
Yeah.
You don't feel shit, right?
Especially because you imagine that like that's like first of all crazy way to make a living, to be like I'm gonna fight that other dude across the octagon who's also trained to be a fucking killer. Me and him about to fight for like I mean most of the fights are 3 rounds, so it's like 15 minutes.
But, like, how
but it's
much
still
are-
fighting for 15 fucking
how much
minutes.
are they making that's worth it?
20 grand a fight.
20 grand a fight.
20 grand a
How
fight.
many fights a year?
2.
Not a lot.
Okay.
It's not very much.
Unless
Not
you're
nowadays,
unless you're a
nowadays.
really high UFC fight. Like if you're like a I don't know Conor McGregor, do you know that name?
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
Of
Some
course
people
I know
don't. Some
that
people I'd ask. Some people don't. But unless you're that guy, then you're making like $1 million a fight. Or
Well,
you
he's
could, or
in
you
trouble
are.
now. He's in
Yeah.
trouble now.
Yeah, he's
he
got
just fucking buried himself now.
What do you do now?
Got in some shit.
What shit?
There was allegations against him recently.
For what?
I don't know. One thing that he there was a mascot. He fought some mascot. It was for a skit.
Yeah, and then
And
he
it-
took it too far and beat the shit out of him.
And I guess the
Okay,
guy
well,
wearing
that just sounds like
and then
on par, yeah.
And then there was this girl that came out saying that during, I don't remember what it was. I don't remember if it was the Super Bowl or something else, that he went, his security team went and got this girl. And then there was, I don't know what the allegations are. I don't want to like speak on it just because.
Oh, they're right there on that
it is.
screen up
There
there.
you go.
Oh, no.
In 2019, I'm thinking of a new one.
To
Yeah.
present.
I believe that woman
Yeah.
entirely.
Yeah. Well, and you just,
Right?
Yeah.
when you're just rich, you get to get out.
Or she's
I don't know. I look at that man. I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
Nah,
I know.
he-
Look
yeah.
at that. Look at that face.
that's a guy
Right?
who would.
That's a-
yeah.
That's a killer right there.
What does it say? NBA final. Okay, yeah, this was earlier this month. Okay, NBA finals. Miami this month. Yeah, okay, he was there. I think it was for Game 7, and then
Oh, there's
Oh, yeah,
multiple
Yeah, there's
accusations.
there's
yeah, there's a
multiple,
couple
yeah.
different
Yeah.
things going on. Yeah.
there's a couple different things he's getting in trouble for right now.
Yeah. That are surfacing.
And then that, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I believe that.
He's,
I do
So
1000%.
did he punch out the mascot and
He hit-
then?
Yeah, it was the mascot. Then it was
Possibly?
the girl. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
in the same day?
No. There was.
Oh,
I think it was like one game, and then the next
Rough
game
day.
there was that.
Rough
Yeah, rough. Day.
That was a hell
Rough
of a
day.
day.
Yeah. No. There was that was happening and shit like that. Yeah. I don't know.
That's just an injury. I don't care about that. He deserves worse.
What did Conor McGregor do now?
There was a lot of things that he did, and Dana just let him do shit. Dana didn't give a fuck.
He was bringing in money.
He's bringing in
What are you? Of course
bank.
not.
Dana, when he threw the fucking trolley through the fucking bus.
Oh, Dana loved it.
Yeah, Dana was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good promotion for the fight,"
Yeah.
And it was.
and it was.
And
It was great promotion for
And
the
then
fight.
Khabib beat the living breaks off that man.
Did he?
And said, "Oh, bro," as he's elbowing him in the face, he's like, "Why don't we talk now, motherfucker?" Boom, boom, dropping bows on your mouth. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's that's insane. I don't know. I was just thinking about that too. It's like you have these animals just in there fighting for their life, just fucking
going.
and the CTE. Think about the CTE with every hit.
That's what I mean.
That's what
like, why are they like, banning all these things, all these hits in sports? Yet you have a fucking sport that is literally that's all you're doing.
Yeah,
Because that's the sport. That is the sport.
Yes,
The other sports.
That's the sport.
The other
So
sports,
what
they
the-
didn't sign up for that. They didn't sign up for life-altering brain damage. Fighting, you're going in there and you're getting some damage.
I think with
Right.
I think with like most because I watch like a lot of documentaries and like on sports of like concussions and shit. Hockey's actually another one because of how fast the game is now. So people will like you're skating at a motherfucker at like 30 miles an hour, and boom, you just get lit. And it's like it's funny because it won't be direct head contacts that make the concussion. It'll actually be like they'll get hit in the body, and it's like the fact that when they whip their head
It's
back,
it's the
it's
contra
their brain rattling in their skull.
It's literally like a car crash every
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially when you
It's-
get hit, though.
Yes.
Like you've I don't know if you've ever seen some of those videos where it's like they get like this
They get
dude-
blasted.
this dude
They get
stopped
fucking
hitting.
thrown a bit.
Your head's down, keep your head up, young blood, and then you get hit. You
Oh.
know what I mean? It's just how it goes.
And your head's just like bouncing off the ground.
Yeah.
Your brain's literally just pinging off of the
That-
front and back of your
Or
skull.
even like the jiu-jitsu thing where you're literally the whole thing is most of the time is you trying to choke a motherfucker out. Where you're
Yeah.
you're literally cutting blood to the brain.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah,
the whole point.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you ever see when they put you in a chokehold, they'll never like they don't do here. They get your arteries.
Yeah.
That's why
Well,
the
that's
choke's always like that.
why. Yeah, it right here is your trachea. That,
You ain't
that-
choking him out.
You ain't.
You don't
You're
literally
choking the blood.
You
Yeah.
want to stop the blood flow, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then the whole knocking out thing with the like physical, like that snap of the cervical spine, like
Mm-hmm.
that C1, C2, it kind of breaks that like connection to the brain, right? And that's what ends up knocking them out. But it's crazy that that's just like
I think it's always crazy that your body just like does that. Like where it's like your body is almost like, okay, I'm done with I've had enough of this like trauma where the guy's like clipped you in the he clips you in the chin and then you just you see
nice,
these,
yeah.
I've watched 4 of them on this past weekend go out like that. It's exactly, they get hit just in the perfect spot
Yeah.
and they're out.
That's it. Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be a hard hit. Like,
Yeah.
you ever see those like slapping competitions?
Dude, those
Yes.
slapping competitions are wild.
Those are nuts.
There was a lot of even like people were giving Dana White shit about that because of the slap competition because that's his thing too. And we actually before Dana got that, me and him used to watch it in his garage of these Czech dudes, these dudes from like Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
Oh god,
And they're
Poland.
big old mitts.
they're huge, like they're humongous. They're like fucking
Vasily Kamatsky, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The real champ. He should have
Yeah.
won.
They're like fucking 320 pounds, and they're
Jesus.
and they have this poor dude's 180 across the table, getting ready to go smack, and like he'll smack that big fuck, and he'll be like, oh, he didn't even move.
He didn't feel that.
Didn't even
That's
flinch.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. Because they just let anyone go up.
Especially with the UFC now, because I'll watch clips of it on like Instagram. It's like these dudes' heads get snapped the fuck back.
Oh.
Because like you get like 3 warm-ups. So it's like if he's sitting across from me, I get like 3 warm-ups to like make sure I'm gonna hit him in the face, and I could just smack him. And and then you just see their head go, and they're out. They're usually out. Because you can only take so much smacks to the face before you're knocked out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before like this dude with fucking mitts on his hands is smacking the dog shit out of you and you're knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, because your neck muscle is going to get weaker and weaker and weaker.
Right.
You know, and then you can't hold that whole snapping reaction, right?
It's just a wild thing. But the thing I was saying was like why it was like so controversial. People were like, this is a crazy sport because you can't defend yourself. Even like, and he's like, I do MMA. Like my whole thing is I'm the president of the UFC. And he goes, people beat the shit out of each other in the octagon. And he goes, not to mention, those people are signing up to do the slap competition. It's not like he's...
Yeah, they're literally...
They're willing to do it.
They're willing to do it. No one's got a gun to their head.
Yeah.
Like, these people signed up for this. This
Well,
is
it's
what
like
they want to do.
Yeah.
But then you could say that about almost every sport then. Like, you could say that about football. Like, you could say that about hockey easily.
Well, and that's what I mean. That's why, like, you know, with hockey, like, let them fucking fight.
Yeah.
Let them fight.
Yeah, a lot of
like-
people want to take it out. I don't know. Especially, it's just hard. It's hard because I get it from, like, certain people who don't play. I understand it from their view. But the problem is when you grew up, like, I played. Mm-hmm. But when you grow up, like, a fan through the years, it's like, you know, you're used to seeing it. But people don't even stand up for goals. But when a motherfucker's fighting, everyone's out of their fucking chair. Every single person's out of their fucking chair. They're like, who's fighting? Bro, when you watch...
They fighting down there.
They fighting down there. They fighting on skates on the ice.
There's blades on the feet.
Yeah. Blades on the feet, and you fucking out here swinging, playing a fucking balance competition over here. For fuck's sake.
Grabbing
Right?
onto each
No,
other for
man.
support.
Just like, you know, my dad used to always, like, tell me, you know, you just grab a hold of that cage and you got all the power. Like, you can
You
just
do.
stress them.
You
Oh,
do,
man,
especially when
it's so
you're a kid
funny.
and like you're getting introduced to hitting.
Yeah.
It's like you can see like the little kids, like especially. I think you start. They change it every year. I feel like every couple years. I think you could start hitting when you were in bantam when I was playing, and when you were allowed to hit. Holy fuck! You should see these.
How
fucking
old's
kids.
that?
I think when you're in bantam, I want to say you're 12. I want to say you're like 11, 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you can start hitting, and then you can see these kids like they're just looking for it. So then the kids are like looking for it. Ooh, am I gonna fucking
Who am I
hit?
gonna get
I remember one time
next?
I had my little cousin. I brought him to hockey one time, and so I'm tying his skates up, and he goes, and he's young, like he's like 6 years old. And he goes,
Oh.
I'm gonna hit somebody today. And I was like, you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. And he goes, watch.
Oh,
And
my
he
God.
gets on
that's
the
too
ice.
funny.
He's playing. And he just lights this kid. Like, you know, they can't really move that fast, but he hits him. And right away he looks, he goes, and I'm like, no, don't look back at me. Don't look back at me. Because
You're
I can't be like, good job, man. Good job.
Hit him harder.
I was a ref for hockey and lacrosse, box lacrosse. And I remember this, you can't hit from behind. So if you hit from behind, it's an automatic 4-minute penalty. And I remember this
it's a
young
bitch
kid
move.
hits him right from behind, like boom, and this kid's like back just goes like this.
Oh, boy.
So I obviously, and he did it right in front of me. So I'm like, fuck, all right. Call this kid for a penalty. As I'm walking to the box and I'm talking to the person in the box to write down his penalty, he turns around. He goes, all I hear is, I'm not going in. And I turn around and it's this kid. He drops his fucking gloves and he's like,
trying to go you?
yeah, he's like, he goes, I'm not going in. And their coach is like, I don't remember the kid's name. Billy, you got to go in, Billy. Come on, man.
Get in the box. Get in the box.
And I was like, you hit him from behind. He goes, I know. Even the coaches were like, I know you hit him from behind. Like, he's got to go in. And they're like, come on, Billy, you just can't hit from behind. And he just started crying. And I remember, and when you're standing there where everyone's watching you and you're trying to do it with this kid, you're like, listen, bud, you just can't hit from behind, man. Like, I'm trying to sit there.
I would have been like, you're embarrassing yourself.
Get the fuck in the box, man.
Buddy, get in the box where everyone fucking takes pictures and makes fun of you for crying for the rest of your life.
This poor kid, I'm like sitting there like trying to reason with this kid how he hit this other kid from behind and hurt him seriously. I'm like, look, buddy, you can't hit him from behind, man. You just, you know.
That's when you know you're a little too young to be introducing hitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
When the kid's having a fit about going in the box.
Well, it's because like you have to think about like when you have to teach kids to be nice. Like I remember think about the best way I can explain it is like a baby, because a baby doesn't know their own strength, so they're just like when they pet a dog.
Oh,
it's like,
yes.
you know, they fucking pet the fucking shit.
Kitty!
Yeah. You know, they're like grabbing its hair, like your baby grabs your hair.
Yes.
Like you gotta nice.
Gentle,
I
yes.
used to do that with my little kid. No, nice. You gotta teach the dog nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You gotta be nice to the dog.
That's how kids
That's how
get
kids. But
their faces ripped off.
kids love to fucking. They're like, I get to fuck somebody up, especially like
I'm allowed?
especially like when it comes to like younger kids, like especially young boys when they're just like, you just want to do shit, you want to play.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're playing, like, and they'll do the most outrageous shit. Like, you know, we jump from the slide. You know, I'll jump from the fucking slide. Let's go. Like, you know, kids don't give a shit, man.
I know.
At least get like keep it even. Keep it even around the board. Let's take it ease. Take it ease. But yeah, no, that's
I don't know. The kids are pretty soft these days.
Fuck soft.
So soft.
Grounder, but like 2-hand touch, but it was never 2-hand touch football. They push you.
If we were playing 2-hand touch, it was never just I got you. It's like
It was like
that, or like someone would
dummy.
actually tackle you. I remember when we were in grade school playing like football. It would be obviously it's 2-hand touch because teachers aren't gonna let
there's
you
adults watching. They don't want you to just
Right.
fucking slam in no
and I
pads.
remember like kids would like actively like as you're running with the football, they would they would tackle you and they're like, dude, it was like right there. Like that'd be the reason. You were right there. I had to do it.
Buddy, tell me I couldn't tackle you. Look at you, right in the open.
Right in the open. Look, it's like you were
You're just
asking.
asking for it.
You were asking to get tackled running like that.
I got in trouble for that once. Tackle the guy, and I was like, I've tripped. That was I was running after him to just tap him. I tripped and I reached for the first thing that was there.
Dude,
That's hilarious.
I was playing basketball with my little
It didn't work. I did get it.
with my little cousin. She's like 4 years old. She's 4 years old, and we're just shooting the basketball around. And my uncle comes, and as she goes to shoot the basketball, he goes yeet.
Woo! Not in my house.
And he goes, dude, no one's done it this entire time she's been shooting.
Probably a 4-year-old.
Yeah, Pax his 4-year-old daughter. He goes, someone's gonna teach her. She's gonna think she's good at basketball. She's gonna get an ego on her.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Get out of here! Get that shit out of here! Get that out of my house.
Weak.
Get that nonsense out of here. You ain't got no fucking
Oh my
skills.
god, that's too funny. I would die to see that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Bullying children. I know. Oh, it's awesome.
Can't do nothing. They're just like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck, man? That's how kids are. They don't say what the fuck, but you know what they're thinking. You son of a bitch.
You fucking piece of shit.
But now, what got you out of paramedic and then into the tattooing? Were you tattooing while you were being a paramedic?
No, I didn't have fucking time for that shit. Are you kidding me? So what got me out was me and my partner were going to get coffee one day, and we were just starting our shift, and this kid, we're on Olette there, and this kid walks into the middle of the road, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, the fuck, this kid's gonna get hit? And I'm talking to my partner, I'm like, what the fuck's this kid doing? He's gonna get hit. Like, there's a car coming real quick. And before I could even say he was gonna get hit, boom, smoked. Like, absolutely clobbered by this car. And then we had to turn around and do the call, right? But I froze. So remember when I was like earlier, I was like fight, flight, or freeze?
Yeah.
No one really talks. You kind of forget about freeze, right? So I froze. I essentially just didn't even know what I was doing. Like, and it was, that was what put me out. And then during COVID, I got bored and started drawing, and then it kind of led to the tattooing, and now I love it. It's totally like a therapy for me. I meet like the best people. Like, I've honestly met a lot of people that like I'm legit good friends with now, and it's kind of, I still get that like connection to people, like, because people get a lot of meaningful tattoos and things like that, right? So you hear their stories, and you get to connect with them like on that level, which I think that's where I think I gravitate towards that so much more, is for that reason, because that's what essentially I used to love doing, right? Connecting with people, helping people, right? So this is kind of like doing that just in a totally different way.
You're not seeing people at like a lower point.
No,
They're there
no.
probably
This
'cause
is
they're-
it's fun,
Yeah.
right? We're having fun. Like it's sometimes some talks get really deep, but for the most part, it's like it's just fun. It's just.
I mean, that's
good.
what every tattoo artist that we've ever had says on here. Like, you always meet interesting people and deep conversations come from it really
Oh,
fast,
yeah.
especially when you're tattooing
Sometimes
somebody.
I'm like, do I like should I call a fucking cops?
What are they telling
did
you?
you just fucking tell me that? Like
Confessing your deepest, darkest secrets.
Fuck.
Forgive me, artists, for I have sinned. Whatever, bud. You're paying for the time.
I'm just like, oh fuck, okay, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Do.
Did you, when you left, like, or after that incident, did you know right then and there you wanted to stop being a paramedic?
No.
When did you think you knew?
So I tried to go back a month later.
Did they give you time off after that?
Yeah, so they gave me and my partner time off, and I had to go see, a doctor, and the doctor it kept me off, and then, I was like, hey, I want to try going back, I'm good, and went back and worked with. You work as a 3-person crew, right? So before they don't just throw you to the wolves,
there,
right? Yeah. They make sure you're okay first, So anyways, I rode, as a 3rd person, and they're like, yeah, you're not ready yet. So they're like, go back off and take your time and come back when you're ready. And then, the shit just never went away. Just fucking still here.
Yeah.
So I had no choice. It wasn't, I think that's the hardest pill to swallow, is that I wasn't going out on my terms, and I think that's where I struggled the most, was that it wasn't on my terms.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
I can definitely see how that's be frustrating.
Yeah, especially, you work your fucking ass off and you loved it so much, and then to have it just fucking stripped from you from something that I would never think that was what was gonna
The tipping point.
Yeah.
take me out.
Yeah.
Big deal. To me, I think in my head, big deal. Someone
You've seen
someone got
worse.
clobbered by a car, and that's
Yeah.
what happens, and that's what they're gonna look like after. But I think seeing it happen was the dynamic that was different. We get there after the fact. We don't ever see shit happen. We always get there after, right?
Yeah.
So that, I think, was probably the problem. Or, it could have been cumulative, right? It could have been, a number of things that have built up, and then that was it.
The
I
straw
don't
that
know.
broke the camel's back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just don't know what, so I'm just kind of still trying to figure out what's kind of next, and just tattooing is like a hobby, and yeah.
Were you always drawing?
So always drawing my whole life?
Yeah. Were you always just an artist, or?
No, so when I I was always artistic my whole life. But when back then it was, you can't do anything with art. They're like, you got to go to school for this. You can't do anything with, you can't make a living doing this, so you're always pushed into something else, and that was never promoted, right? So that was never a big thing, so during COVID, when I started drawing and stuff, and I was just like, man, this is fun, this is what I like doing, and that's really when I kind of and I'm still, there's so much to learn with that. I had no idea how difficult It is, and how there are so many factors that go into tattooing, and all these little things, and like the person's skin. Not everybody's skin's the same, right? You get a 60-year-old lady that wants a sleeve. Her skin's not going to be the same as like a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard. You got to learn to like adapt to like all different skin types. There's depth, there's needle sizes, there's, oh my god, there's so much to it. I had no idea. And I'm still learning so much, but it's so fun. I love it.
So when you left from being a paramedic, did you know that's what you wanted to go into?
No.
How'd you find that part? How'd you find out the tattooing?
I literally still sometimes in my head think I'm going back to EMS. It's just this thing I can't like let go of almost. Yeah. But definitely better now, learning that like it's, like I'm not going back, like, excuse me. Like I know that, it's getting more, into my head that like that's not reality. This is not happening. Mm-hmm. And but I had no idea. I was like, how am I ever gonna find another job that I love like I love that? I'm never gonna find that again. Mm-hmm. I'm like, there's no fucking way. But I found it.
How'd you run into it? Like the tattooing, how'd you run into it? Like did you have to talk to somebody?
So yeah, like I started with like cosmetic stuff, right? So started like doing my aunts and my family members and friends and stuff, and then I was like, it was that was too boring for me. I was like, I need to do something else. So then I'd start tattooing myself and
you did
my
that?
friends. Yeah.
Nice. That looks really good, actually.
Yeah.
Did you do the dog too, or just
No, just this one.
Just that one?
No,
it looks really nice.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. So just practicing on friends and family and all that stuff, and then it just kind of progressed into what it is. But like I said, there's so much to learn, and like my end goal, I love realism. Like, remember when I said Dean Sleeman, like his work?
We should pull
like,
Rain, can we pull up that guy's do you still have it open?
No, I have hers open.
What's that guy's name again?
Dean Sleeman.
Oh,
there you go.
This guy's work.
This guy, like this.
Whoa.
His realism is absolutely incredible.
Remember that one portrait that we seen earlier? Yeah. Where's that one? Show them that one. That was insane.
Like, he is
Look at this shit, man.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like, he is so fucking talented. It's honestly like, and he's such a humble person, one day I would love to get to that. But look at that Brittany Murphy. Yeah.
Fuck.
Like, are you kidding me?
Shit.
Fucking wild. He's incredible. Like, that's like that's like my end. Like look at that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Crazy. That's so good. So, that's, I mean, and I don't know how long I don't know how long he's been tattooing.
Do you know how old this guy is? Is he a younger guy?
Honestly, I think he is younger. I think he's probably still in his 20s.
Yeah. He does a phenomenal work. He does really good.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of talent in this city. Like, a lot of new, super young I want to say kids.
Yeah.
But, like, a lot of young talent.
Rain, do you see that? If you exit out, look at that chess piece. Remember that chess piece we were looking at earlier up there in the top left corner?
Oh, with the, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
man.
That's some
Guy
of,
does good
some
work.
of his stuff. I just like my jaw just hits the floor sometimes when I see some of his shit. But
Yeah, he does really good work.
and I think just being a good human too goes a long way. Being humble in that field, like
I always say I like talking to tattoo artists because they always like seem to love what
look
they
at
do.
that.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, that's phenomenal.
So crazy. I think I commented on
It
that
almost
one
like
too,
it's
for
so
sure.
good it doesn't look real.
It's
It's
that's
not
what-
insane. Like it's
Yeah.
almost so good it doesn't look real.
and that's exactly like that's what you want. Like I feel like that's what's like look at that rose.
Yeah.
Like come on, that is wild.
Probably took fucking hours.
Honestly, he's probably quick. He's probably just that good that he's just quick. Like come on. Like there's no denying like
That's actually a sick fucking tattoo. Like the OV.
look
got
at
it
him
perfect.
drinking
That's
it.
funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
But that's like I just
Crazy place to get a hairless cat.
Yeah.
on right on your neck.
Yeah.
Eh? Yeah. You guys know who that is, eh?
No.
Ben Robinson?
No, the guy from
Robson?
what's it called?
Jeopardy.
No. Oh God, Animal Kingdom. You guys ever watch that?
Oh, the
the
show.
Yeah, the show.
Oh.
Remember that guy? The brother.
Oh, it is. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I am now realizing
Yeah.
that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is? I looked at that and I'm like, that guy looks familiar. I couldn't even, I was like, I didn't know. I'm like, I didn't know if I know a dude that was painting a portrait of on
Shit.
some dude's arm, tatting someone's arm.
Yeah, like his portraits are just.
That's sick.
There's just no denying.
Do you know what I mean? Like
it's-
half of the shit,
look
like
at
It looks
that.
photoshopped on.
It
It
looks
looks
photoshopped.
photoshopped. I know. That's like, and like this guy, like these are just raw pictures. Like there's no filters. There's no nothing. This is like
Tony
that's
Soprano. What the fuck? Yeah.
like, so good.
That's a nice chess piece too.
Yeah. Look at that.
I mean, legend.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, that's phenomenal work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to do
Even Tyler, some of the shit that he does, like
Yeah.
some of his stuff, I tell him, I'm like, it doesn't even look real. It looks like I can like pick it up off the skin.
pull up
Like,
Tyler's. He like it's I follow him on Instagram, right? And it just seems like he gets better and better fucking
Yes.
with every
Yep,
tattoo. I swear he gets better.
He does. He's very very meticulous.
This is what he just did on Lexi.
Yeah, he just did this on our friend.
Yeah. His fine line work is so nice. Oh, I love that one. And fine line's fucking hard to do. It is.
Yeah.
It is tough. Like.
Yeah, he does good work.
Yeah.
He does really good work.
Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, photos
Don't
really, truly do not do tattoos justice.
Right.
Like,
yeah, right.
Like until you really like see them in, real life.
I think that's a lot of things.
Actually, don't mind like Tyler did this.
Oh, I think
Wow.
I see that when he posted that. Yeah.
Like he's so meticulous. He's so good.
Yeah, he
I
does
love that.
He does a really good job.
Yeah. His florals.
I'm
and
so
fine
glad
line
too that he
stuff.
ended up finding like something like this because he when we were talking throughout the years, he was always like, man, I can't do these fucking factory jobs or like I remember at one point I think he
I'm
was selling
so-
insurance and he was like, dude, this fucking sucks. I
Yeah.
hate this shit.
No offense to Tyler, I would never buy insurance from that man.
Yeah.
Right? He'd be like, you want no. I'm not even gonna say
He's
it.
also just like too calm.
That's all
he's like
something going on.
He's not like a salesman where it's like, hey, how's it going? going? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's like,
He's
hey,
just
what's going
like,
on,
yeah,
man?
Yeah.
Like all the time when he's on here, everyone's always like, is that guy stoned? I'm like, well, we smoke a joint before we do it. But like, I'm like, he's like,
No, that's
That
Tyler.
seems
just
sober as
that-
well.
that's
You're not
just how
gonna
he
believe it.
talks.
That's Tyler. I know. I was like, dude, I thought I was monotone. I was like,
No, he's
I was
monotone.
Like, he's fucking monotone.
But he's the sweetest fucking guy in the world.
Oh, he's the
sweetest
best.
fucking guy in the world.
When's
He's
he
the
back?
best.
I don't know. We should get him back.
Get him
on,
back.
though.
What are we
We'll get him-
doing?
Yeah, no, we'll line him back up again. I always like Tyler's been on like 3 times now.
Don't care.
Oh yeah, I know. He told me he was like, he's like, you're gonna have so much fun.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. There needs to be more
Yeah,
guys like
he's
him.
good.
Mhm.
Honestly,
he's just too
he,
like.
he has a good heart.
Yeah.
Kid's got a good heart on him.
I've also like. It's funny. I actually went to a party on Friday, and some random guy also named Tyler. Never met him in my life. And he goes, "Hey, are you the one with the podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "You had my buddy on, Tyler." It's like Ferreira, and he goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh fuck yeah, I love that dude." And he goes, "Yeah, he's a good guy." I've never heard. I've heard so many people talk about like Tyler, and there's not one bad thing I think anyone's ever said about that kid.
No.
Not one.
No, he's just a good human.
Yeah, he's just
There's like, like there definitely needs to be more people
Right.
like him.
Right,
He's
right.
just a good guy.
he's a solid dude.
Yeah, for sure.
We should pull up hers real quick, and then we can wrap this up.
Little crab.
That's like the Cancer, like astrology.
This is a friend. She was explaining that earlier. It was a friend.
The best
tattoo.
friend tattoo, like the caterpillar. So he actually designed the caterpillar and the strawberry. The kid drew those and then just had me tattoo them on.
Oh, that's cool.
Which, yeah, I thought that was cute for friends, you know.
Little heart, yeah.
Little tiny. That was that. This piece is actually super cool. This is in the works. Done with like some.
I love seeing different people's styles.
Yeah. This I love the head on that freaking snake so much. I can't wait to finish that piece. But it's a butt. It's on her butt, and it's gonna take like the whole cheek, and then we're gonna flip it and do the exact on the other side, but flip.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Is he?
You're pretty good. For how long you been doing this? Like a year?
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah.
bad, man.
It's always like you even remember when we had Justin Thornhill on, and he was only doing it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, damn man, the fuck.
Yeah,
It's
see
like
the
some-
progress too.
Yeah, it's like some people just like pick it up really fast. Like it's like
Yeah.
people like
Yeah, you either got it or you don't.
'Cause
You
I-
either can do it or you can't.
right, yeah. Because I've even heard of people being like, they would go from paper to skin, and they're like, holy fuck, like that's a dramatic change.
And the thing is, like, I definitely prefer, like, it's so hard because I like drawing too, but like tattooing on skin, I don't know. There's just something about it. It has like, it's just fun. I don't know. I can't.
I like that landscape.
Yeah,
You
the
like
landscape's
that?
nice.
Yeah.
What would you want to like? Black and white realism. What would you want to be like known for?
I like black work. Like, I like all this like black work stuff. I like doing like a lot of like my end thing. That's actually one I designed for one of my buddies that's gonna get that done. The Medusa.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, she'll be pretty. He wanted some big old titties on her, so had to give
Is
him
that his
some big old-
requirement, Medusa?
He was like, I want some big titties on her.
Big titties right under it.
Have you ever had like a client just ask for something like wild shit, and you're like, nah?
No, but I had somebody do. That was funny.
That's pretty good.
I liked that one. So I had this girl. She's like, "What's the weirdest thing anybody's asked you like to do while you're tattooing?" I'm like, "I don't know, like nothing. I can't think of anything." And then we started tattooing, and then she's like, "Can you get me a towel?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like, ran and got her a towel, and she starts biting the towel.
Oh,
And that's how we got through the tattoo.
That's fair, man.
Oh.
We're just fucking gnawing on this towel the whole time. I was like, dude, that's the weirdest shit that anybody's asked me to do.
Sometimes you gotta bite something.
It's ironic. It's just ironic that she's the one that asked me, like, what's the weirdest thing? She did the
Right
weirdest
after.
thing, right?
yeah. She's like, get ready.
She was hoping you'd say something weirder than bite a towel.
Right. Oh.
You do a lot of tarot and astrology.
That's
Oh.
not that one that says like I'm fine, but when you flip it, it says save me. Yeah, it's like a bipolar like awareness kind of thing. That one's not done yet either. We got to finish that one. Oh, it's like a Polish crest. But yeah, good times.
You like doing the flowers a lot? I like the
I
flowers.
I like florals. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like florals. I'm liking these like so that you know that snake one on her butt.
Yeah.
Like that, those thick ass lines, those bold lines. I really like working with that. I have fun with that. I like the fine line stuff too. Like, you know, that like fine, like that. That's like more fine line stuff. Like that's cool too. But I like the thick, I like the thicker lines.
I always like the animal tattoos. Some people do like a really good job at those.
Yeah. And you know, and it's so like depending on the part of the body too, the skin's different in like every different part of your body.
Mm-hmm.
Like from your ribs, like to, you know, your arm to the back of your leg to like every spot is just so different. So you kind of just gotta adapt.
Have you done
and,
ever done any cover up work yet or no?
I think I've done one. Cover ups are hard. Cover-ups
Yeah,
are
I
very
hear
hard.
that. I hear that from a lot. Yeah.
Because you have to kind of go like you got to go bigger.
Right.
You know, you got to go bolder than, you know, the other than what you know is on there. But generally you can this guy, they love house music, so they all got like 6 of them came in and got a house. Just a straight little fucking house. I was like, well, I can practice my straight lines. The Oni mask, I like that too. I like the Japanese stuff too.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I even like where people do like the whole koi arm. You ever seen like
The
the
Japanese koi.
Japanese koi?
Yeah, those
Like
are
they do.
cool.
Some people do a really good job at that.
Yeah.
Very talented.
Yeah.
Very talented,
Thanks.
Nicole. And that's only
Thanks.
what is it? Only a couple years of you doing this?
A year, yeah.
That's what I
just
mean. Think
over
about
a
like the
year.
amount of like progress that will come from this, especially like
so much.
if you
there's
get to
so
work
much
and
to
talk.
learn. Yeah,
right?
there's so much to learn. I'm excited to.
That one's
You know.
cool. I like that one.
Yeah.
You're not at a place right now, right? You're just tattooing from home.
Yeah, just in
Okay,
my home
okay.
studio. Yeah.
That was a sick skull.
There's another core.
The
Oh,
tarot
there
card.
it is. Yeah, there
Oh
it is.
yeah. Some more koi
Yeah.
with the flowy. Yeah, that's pretty. I like that one.
I've always liked those. Yeah, it's very nice, very good.
Yeah.
Shout yourself out. Where can people find you?
On Instagram, paramedic.tattoo.
Just the tattoos right now. Just the tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And you're only working from home right now.
Yep, just my home studio.
Home studio. All right.
Which is pretty. I got all my floors done.
Oh,
I'm
there
going
you
for
go.
I'm going for like these like Miami ink vibes.
Mm.
Got this like vintage like.
You watch all those shows? Like, do you watch all the
I
tattoo
love
shows?
that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to watch. Oh, what was the one in Australia? It was on Netflix. Shit, I'm gonna forget it.
Is
Inked
it?
Up? No, not Inked Up. That's the fucking place here.
That's a place here.
I was gonna
That's
say, oh my god, did they steal it from them? That's fucked up.
That's where I used to work.
Pull up. Try to find tattoo shows on Netflix. I just want to see like what it can. Because
There's I know there's.
It's they're Australian. I remember that. I just know that part.
It's like a cover up one. It's like a bad tattoos.
Uh,
What do you do?
no.
Whoa, tattoo redo. That's the one that I was watching.
No, it's not gonna be these ones. I don't know. Fucking whatever. I mean, those are all tattoo shows, but I've seen a lot of them. Like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Miami Ink and what's the other one? There's so many.
I didn't even realize there was that many.
There's so many tattoo shows. Even like the competition ones.
The competition ones, that's what I love.
They're insane.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's just these top tattoo artists being like, okay, you gotta do a whole back piece in like fucking 8 hours. Good luck. And it's like,
yeah,
Jesus
and it's
Christ.
just like go, and these people are like sweating and like a 3-hour tattoo. I'm like, whoo, fuck.
It's especially in those competitions too. A lot of them say it'll be like, well, even the person that I'm tattooing, like they can't sit there for that long, which would suck.
Yeah, that's
Like,
the
that
thing.
would suck if you're in a competition for that and you're the person that you're trying to tattoo can't sit there.
Yeah, and then you fail the competition because your canvas
Yeah.
didn't sit, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people like that don't sit still during tattoos and shit. You fucking make it so much harder for us. Like,
Yeah.
like even like every time. It's crazy. Like I'll be tattooing somebody's leg and they'll be on their phone up top and their legs moving all over the place and they have no idea.
Yeah.
But they're just on their phone.
They're just unaware. Yeah.
They're just unaware, right? So, but then I always, never talk when I do like my line work. So it's always just like quiet. So they're like, fucking go on my phone. And then I'm like, oh my God.
I imagine in the beginning though, especially when you're trying to learn how to tattoo, it's like, you got to focus on like one day. I can't even talk. Can't even talk right
Silence.
now. Silence. Silence as I tattoo your leg. Shh. Yeah. Shut up. Shh. Don't talk while I'm doing this.
Just go on your phone. I don't even care if you're squirming. Go on your phone.
Yeah, that's like I don't know. I just think, have you ever seen I seen actually today where I don't know if you've ever heard of this, of like people going underneath for like tattoos, like anesthesia, and then they'll get tatted. It's
Honestly,
insane.
I've heard of that.
I've like this dude got his whole leg done, and he got put out for it.
Yeah.
Got put out, and there was like 3 guys tattooing him.
That's so big.
That's
That is so
he got his
bitch.
whole leg tatted, and he had 3 dudes working on it, and he was out.
That's
though.
what I mean. Like, here's the thing. Guess what? And this is when I told you guys I wanted my LED sign because when I went to Toronto to get my leg tattooed, they had one of these that says yes, it hurts, and I have a little sign that says yes, it hurts, but I wanted a big LED one, and I want to fucking put it because like sometimes like you get. Like tattoos have come so far, right? And they're so much more acceptable, and they're here fucking to stay. They're here forever,
Yeah.
So all these like younger kids are coming in, but they're like, don't understand, they hurt. And they're like, oh my God, this hurts, and they want to quit like halfway through, and it's like
You're already there.
But it's like, just do it. Just you can do it, and you gotta like try and like talk them up and get them to get through it, but. And I'm not against like numbing cream and stuff. If you want to fucking use numbing cream, go ahead. I haven't noticed a huge difference in the
You're getting jabbed with a needle a bunch of times.
I don't know, like
you can put all the numbing cream on you want.
Yeah.
It's still gonna fucking you're getting stabbed thousands of times. Like
it's weird because like there's people that have like different opinions on it. It's like you're a bitch if you use the numbing cream. And
that's a very old school like mentality, and for sure. And I mean like
you just don't care. You're like,
if you want to use it, but like you're getting a fucking tattoo, bro. Like
you gotta earn it.
You
Gotta earn that shit.
You gotta earn that.
It's gonna hurt. You can use whatever you want. It's shit gonna hurt.
Yeah. Like, what you tripping for, man? Get it in. Get it in. You know
You're already
mean?
fucking here. You paid for it.
Right? You're paying for me to hurt you. Just fucking deal with it.
Just ride with it. Ride with it. Stop being such a fucking bitch about it. You imagine, like, this is your tattoo artist giving you that talk? Like, listen, motherfucker. You know
You're
what
already
I mean?
fucking
Like,
in the
Listen,
chair,
this
bro.
is my fucking time. Don't waste my fucking time. You're gonna sit here. You're gonna finish it, and that's that.
Yeah.
Even if you don't, you do have to pay me the full amount.
Yeah, and you're gonna walk around with a half-assed tattoo.
Yeah.
But
and
that's
you-
not my
Don't tell
problem.
no one you got it here.
Yeah, exactly.
don't tell not one person. Don't even post it.
Personally, I wouldn't post that.
I wouldn't post that fucking tat. Get
I
out of
wouldn't
here.
say a word about it.
Nicole,
Oh.
this has been a lot of fun. I really appreciate you being here today.
Thanks for having me, guys. It
Yeah.
was so
Thanks
fun.
for coming.
Thanks for
So
coming.
fun.
He's been hyping it up.
I've
for
been
months.
excited.
Oh, I know. When the first one didn't go through, I was so excited for it. And Tyler was all like, "Oh yeah," and then he's like, "Did you go?" I was like, "No." I was like, "No, no, no." I said, "I'm going. I'm going." I just life
It's all good though.
gets in the way sometimes.
We got to
Yes,
do
it
it though.
does.
We got to do it.
We
Yeah,
got to do it.
Yep.
Honestly-
it was awesome meeting you guys.
Nicole, I wish nothing but success for you in your tattooing.
Thank you.
Do you want to put anything out there before we log out? Like, where can people hit you up if they want a tattoo?
Instagram.
What's your-
That's my main thing.
Right. What's your Instagram?
Paramed, so PARAMED.tattoo.
Right.
And that's it.
You're good?
Yeah.
I want to thank you again for being here today. I
Thanks so
appreciate that.
much.
Thanks for coming.
We're out of here. All right.
All right, peace out, y'all.
Bye.
Good night.
Just received in our newspaper.